you could just see like everything going over and people screaming, call 911, call 911.
When the truck fell, Stephanie Fike was just across the street.
They were breathing at first. One of them, I think, kind of started to go out. 3
men were working in the basket of this snorkel lift, fixing the roof on one of the Old Town apartments. Police say the lift tipped over. 1 man jumped from the basket. The other 2 hit the ground violently. Medical techs did emergency work to the men, but 2 didn't make it.
We don't normally have multiple wounded incidents here in Edmond, but obviously our guys are fully trained for this.
For Fike, who even tried doing CPR herself,
heart stopping.
Few words
hopeless.
Can describe the tragedy.
I feel like you can't do anything.
It was a mess. It was just a force of glass just shooting inside.
Witnesses say they heard squealing tires on this slippery parking lot just before the loud boom.
He had it floored when he was in there, so it was making a lot of noises and smoke.
The car pushed the cash register and shelves when it hit. You can see products lying on the hood after it was pulled out. But the car also hit an employee. First responders say the employee may have broken bones, and a pregnant customer started having contractions. Both went to the hospital. Witnesses say the driver was cooperative, but they have no doubts about the driver's state of mind.
The guy's drunk. He's drunk, and there's no question about that.
Hey Jess, well, Crest employees say this guy made no beef about the fact that he loved his meat. Walk with me. They say he went straight over to this section, didn't even grab a bag. Instead, he went straight for the meat, put it in his pocket, walked out until he was caught. At Crest Supermarket on Northwest 23rd Street, they're used to bagging groceries. This weekend, store manager Kevin Shoemake bagged an accused shoplifter.
Put 2 packs together real quick, shoved it in his jacket, and started heading for the door.
Police arrested Randall Blevins thanks to Shoemake's physical strength. He tackled the suspect in the store's main entrance, meat flying everywhere.
Yeah, it actually fell out of his jacket, and so, that's waste meat there.
Police say the theft cost the store $70 and then some. Police say Blevins hit the store twice, and his getaway car took off with, you guessed it, more meat.
Grocery stores aren't immune to it. Thievery goes on everywhere.
And not only was Blevins caught on camera, but he was also seen by a former Crest employee. These crimes typically on the rise during the holidays, so if you see something, say something. On the Northwest Side, Dave Detling, KOCO-5 News.
Well, happy Thanksgiving. We are talking about 750 pounds of smoked turkey. Of course, it wouldn't be complete without all of this cranberry sauce. And what really makes all of this possible is this giant sea of red volunteers and, of course, a community in need.
So food is about love because it takes more than one person to put it together. If we mix, we'll just dump that into there so we can have that flavor.
Carrie Griffin spills the secret recipe when it comes to pulling off a massive holiday meal hosted by the Salvation Army.
What you put into the food, that's love. It's the staring, it's the ingredients, it's the togetherness.
Bless you for all this wonderful work you do.
And on Thursday, hundreds of volunteers brought all that love to the new Center of Hope, serving up warm meals for those in need.
Hey.
Yes, this is my whole family right here.
Courtney and her family were on the receiving end, thankful for a delicious meal. It was a meal prepared by Oklahomans for Oklahomans.
I love Oklahoma. They're very supportive. And, we care. That's all I can say.
Got 3 times that amount. That's perfect.
You have to have togetherness for food. If you don't come together, your food don't come together. So food is about love.
And of course, no Thanksgiving meal would be complete without all the desserts and fixings. Now, we're told the Salvation Army fed about 300 plus people. Again, we are wishing everyone a very happy Thanksgiving from the entire KOCO 5 News team. In Oklahoma City, Dave Detling, KOCO 5 News.
The robber, dressed in black with his face covered, walks into the store with his sawed-off shotgun ready to go.
I want to grab him and choke him to death.
The cashier was in the bathroom at the time, so the robber hops over a gate, walks behind the counter, and waits. Once the cashier comes out, he forces her to go back to the register. All this for a pile of cash and 2 boxes of cigarettes.
Oh yeah, he kept apologizing over the whole thing. He said, baby girl, I'm sorry, but I got to feed my kids. I got to feed my kids. He thought she recognized the voice when he was calling her baby girl.
This robbery isn't the first one that's happened here at the D&T convenience store. You can see they've had to put up this sign that says, sorry, no painted face, no hoodie, and no masks allowed inside the store. The whole ordeal has the cashier so shaken up, she hasn't returned to work since. Ariana Garza, KOCO-5 News.
Police spent the afternoon bagging bloody evidence and taking pictures of a crime scene. Witnesses say a fight started at this house. Dina Collins' dog got caught in the crossfire.
Got her pretty good.
Dina believes little girl was trying to break up the fight when someone sliced her throat.
She probably deterred a human being from getting hurt here, you know. She probably did. She probably kept someone from getting stabbed herself, you know. She took the blow.
The fight traveled all the way down the street. Dakota Freer tried to step in, but one of the men turned on him.
All he was doing was trying to stop it from going any farther down the road.
Like, bro, don't do it. Don't hit me. I'm telling you, I have a knife, and I will. If you hit me, I will stab you.
Dakota says despite his warnings, the man refused to back down.
It hit me, bam, it hit me again, I had to. I mean, I feel bad, but I had to, and it was self-defense, and I was scared.
Dakota says from now on, he'll call police to handle situations.
It's crazy. I just try to stay in the house now.
In Oklahoma City, Bree Steffen, KOCO-5 News.
In Oklahoma, cattle rustling is just absolutely just blown up.
Thieves see easy money.
Probably as much as 75 to 80% of these outlaws that we capture are doing meth. It's quick for them to have cash in their hand to go right back straight to the dope house and get their dope.
Department of Agriculture special agents travel the open roads of Oklahoma in search of stolen cattle and the crooks.
Well, hopefully we can get that out of this boy and go see where them cattle went.
This day, they're hot on the trail of young men who left a rancher high and dry.
And they sure as hell don't like it when they steal our stuff. Because we never stole nothing. Everything we got, we worked for it. And that's what makes me mad. I worked for what I got.
J.R. Barnes is out thousands.
And I kind of get personally acquainted with my cattle, talk to them. And they come in and haul them off.
JR's not alone. On average, about 1,500 head of cattle are reported missing every year in Oklahoma, according to the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association. At up to about $3,000 apiece, that's $4.5 million.
On average, Chief Flower says his department recovers less than half that.
So that in Oklahoma is a commodity that we are sworn to protect and warrants that protection because it's such a valuable resource to the state. Oil and cattle, that's where the money's at.
Back on the road,
Well, we need to talk to you in person.
the special agents have one confession in the case of Mr. Barnes' stolen cattle.
All right, let's roll.
They're closing in on 2 more and end up at a ranch near Sulphur where they find a young ranch hand.
What was the motivation of doing these ones that you took over here, bro? When you were doing that?
Money bind.
Just money? Just
Yes,
needing
sir.
money?
I don't know what to say about it. It's a slap in the face.
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
A surprise for the foreman who just heard his hire confessed to cattle rustling.
Robert, this is Special Agent Eddie Davenport.
Fast forward a few hours,
I bet that's gonna be your boy right there, Eddie.
and agents get their final confession in a parking lot from a man who claims only to have witnessed the crime.
These guys have made their bed. Now they're gonna have to sleep in it. It is what it is.
They believe the so-called outlaws
This is what he brought in, his write-up.
sold the stolen cattle at a livestock auction in Sulphur.
Unfortunately, after cattle are sold in a livestock market, they could wind up anywhere in the United States.
Mr. Barnes may never get his cattle back, but will get his money. Chief Flowers and his team just made sure of it.
When you walk up to one of these old farmers or ranchers and they hold out their hand to you to shake your hand and you look at their hands and they're dirty, they're scarred, they're calloused, they're worn, that's what's feeding me and you, that guy right there.
For many families in the Columbus area, this is going to be a busy weekend.
Get out there soon before the shelves are cleared.
The lists can be long.
I think it is overwhelming, especially if you have more than one child.
And it can really add up.
I've heard of parents spending $150 and more on just school supplies, and that's not even including clothing and books and everything else.
If you haven't done your back-to-school shopping yet, you're in luck. We have for you the deal-seeking mom.
So you can empty your cart without emptying your wallet.
You just want to pay attention to what you're putting in your cart and make sure that you're getting the most for your money.
25 cents.
She recommends for the last-minute shopper, try to do your shopping all in one place. For that, your best bet is a superstore like Walmart or Target. Also, shop in groups with other parents.
And purchasing a larger package of something so that you can split it up among the kids.
The deal-seeking mom also says that while it's good to get the best deals, going cheap on certain products might not be saving money in the long run.
We bought some lower-end backpacks in the past that only lasted a couple months, so we usually try to really look at the quality of those when we're purchasing them now so that they last the whole school year.
This deal-seeking mom found 17 different items for her 3 kids for a total of $37.42. So happy hunting. In Canal, Winchester, Walter Allen, ABC 6 News.
Skin is in. These super sexy dresses are designed for teenage girls to wear to their prom.
And they're like, who would wear that? Who would do that? I thought, me.
Wondering, where's the rest of her dress? Well, you're not alone. These gowns are so outrageous, even the head of the company that makes them won't let his own daughter wear one. But 16-year-old Tisha Hanley bought this Excite brand dress to wear to her junior prom at Licking Valley High School.
I think it's elegant. I think it's awesome, and it's different, and you know what I mean? It stands out, and that's the goal. It's to stand out.
But her school considers this dress, or any dress this skimpy, unacceptable.
We don't want to be, correcting their dress when they come through the door at prom, but we also have to remember that it's a school setting and that we have community standards to uphold.
That's why anyone who shows up at Licking Valley's prom underdressed will have to wear one of these giant t-shirts or go home. Tisha's mom, Michelle, anticipated this problem and bought her daughter a second gown, although she thinks the Excite dress is fine.
Prom and homecoming, those are the 2 big nights of the year, and we do. We Katie bar the door, whatever she wants.
These girls want to look glamorous, like the hot celebrities they see on TV. Still, we were shocked that these risque styles are selling here in Central Ohio, and we weren't alone. On the day we went to Universal Bridal and Prom in Coshocton to see these dresses, the national show Entertainment Tonight was there, focusing on the same thing. We saw Brittany Simpson trying on her prom dress.
I like that it doesn't show too much, but it shows just enough, to get a look, just like the side's open, but it's not all like, oh my gosh, she's all hanging out.
Brittany's school bans some dresses. She tells me she got this one approved ahead of time. It's a good thing because she's going to an extreme to complete this look.
I'm getting my tattoo finished all the way down. I have 7 more to go, so you'll be able to see that. I think that would look cool.
A permanent tattoo to fit a prom trend seems like a big commitment to make at 17. It's hard to believe now, but this is the dress I wore to prom back in the 90s. Flash forward a few years and you can see how much the styles have changed. The desire to turn some heads at prom won't ever change. It's a night girls dream about for years, and that worries parents more than the dresses their daughters pick.
To me, I'm not so concerned about what the kids are wearing. I get more concerned about what goes on behind the scenes with the kids in prom, with some things that they might get into.
We asked some high school boys what they think when their date dresses like this.
Normally we either give each other high fives.
That's what these girls are going for, a big reaction. They hope their little dresses do the trick. I'm Shannon McCormick, News Center 19.